Oh, of course I'm muted again. This is great. my my software decided to mute me. I'm just gonna make sure this is Kojimi. my okay, it is great. Um, so I kind of want to go back onto that world that I was working on the other day. I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, but you know, time isn't exactly linear. Okay. Great. Back in the fucking building again! Ah! We're gonna try to go for longer, hopefully. Um, yeah, I think I just wanna spend today vibing. If anyone shows up, we'll be chatting. But until then, just kind of vibes right now. Um, and I'll inevitably have to explain if they didn't see the 25-minute stream that this is a different save, but that's alright. I'm okay explaining that. This is a pretty old save that I'm just rebooting for the sake of doing something while I figure out how I'm going to do the farm. Because the thing is, I could actively be on that server trying to figure it out, but that's intimidating, and I like this level of intimidation more because all I want to do with this area is just flatten it, make it a plateau instead of a hill, which is less intimidating by a long shot. Will it be tediously long? Most likely. Will I want to rip my hair out? Probably. Oh. There we go. Will I possibly go bald? Who knows? Stay tuned to figure out. Nah. The thing is, I don't think I'll go bald. I have some good hair genes. I have the kind of hair genes where people question my race because they can't tell what I am. But also, it feels so weird to be working on this save. Like, my goal to flatten this mountain started, I want to say years ago at this point. Definitely at least months ago. Hello, chicken. But yeah, I remember I wanted to flatten it all and put everything I collected into this, like, pond that's near here. And because of the shulker box incident, where so many shulker boxes got deleted because of a glitch happening on my computer, I got disheartened from the goal. And I stopped coming on this save. But I had this goal for myself, and at the same time I was getting really into religious text. So I would have the Bible audiobook playing in the background, and I'm like, this is perfect. um, and I was like, if I could listen to this, I could achieve my goal. So I would do that for hours at a time, which is why there's no dirt anywhere in sight. At least for a good amount of this area. Because I was just here like, if I listen to the Bible while focusing on a goal, then surely that goal will come to fruition. And as anyone could guess, I gave up because hardship came up, and I've since regretted giving up. It'd be nice to have had this actually done. But we live and we learn. But yeah, it's something that I gave myself the challenge to listen through the entire Bible audiobook, so I did this the entire time while doing that. Because a lot of people, they don't actually sit with the Bible. The crazy thing is, there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, I know the Bible, but they can't tell you why certain saints became saints. They're just like, oh, those are saints. Oh, that guy, he's a saint. Okay, well, what did he do? Um, uh, look over there, distraction. You know, it's like, you at least gotta know the spiritual fandom that you're a part of. And I know it sounds weird kind of referring to it as a spiritual fandom, but it kind of is. Let me just do this. That works. But yeah, no, religions are kind of like spiritual fandoms. Hot take, I know. Because it's like, oh, what story do you subscribe to spiritually? Oh, you like this character more than that character? Well, fuck you. You're wrong, because that character is controversial because X, Y, and Z. You know? Oh, you like the controversial characters because it adds to the story? How dare you? How dare you like a flawed character in a story? That's how some people are, though. You know, it's like they can't accept their own flaws, so they're like, oh, my comfort character can't be flawed. It's impossible. And then the comfort character is Moses. I bet a lot of Christians aren't gonna get that joke. Not to talk shit about Moses. Moses was... he was alright considering the times. You know, he was one of the first people who realized, oh, slavery's bad. One of the first people in the Bible to be like, oh, slavery is bad? Okay. Hey, slavery's bad, guys. And then everyone just started ganging up on him. And then he was like, okay, you could gang up on me, but, God gave me a staff and told me slavery's bad, so... It was kinda main character energy of him, but also made perfect sense. Well, lag. That's another thing. Why do I get lag when it's a single player world? Does anyone else get that? Because I get that quite frequently. It's concerning. Like, I know you're tapping my shit, but can you at least be less obvious about it? That's all I ask. Is that too much to ask? I don't think it is. So, we could, get into different politics, but at the same time, I don't want to be that guy that's ranting and raving about, oh, politics is a big old scheme, and, oh, it's the two sides of the same bird, because everyone's heard that before. You know, at the end of the day, everyone kind of knows that arguing over politics is pretty dumb. So there's no point bringing it up. Especially when it's a point of so many people's beliefs that they're willing to argue and fight about. When it's like, frickin' A. It's like, if we want to work towards a peaceful society, we gotta stop being so focused on what other people are doing. You know, there's a certain art to minding your own fucking business that a lot of people have lost the way of. I know to some people that might sound rude and how dare you, a stranger, tell them what to do. When the real question is it really rude to want peace? I don't think so. I don't think the wish for peace should be considered rude. I think the wish for peace makes a lot of sense. Because think about it, right? We're all stuck in this place together until our mortal times come. Wouldn't it make so much more sense to make it a more pleasant experience for everyone? Instead of being all uppity and angry and whatever the fuck. Like, just because you want to be angry isn't an excuse to be angry. It's another thing Aya taught me. Yeah, basically taught me a world of knowledge that I was not privy to before. That a lot of people would think is very basic, come to think of it. Because so many people are so used to their rights spiritually that they don't realize that they take them for granted. They just think that these things are given when it's not always the case for some people. And to some people that'll come across as a shocker. They're like, what? Protection isn't always there? But it's like, it's only not there when you start to worry about it not being there. Which is also a little bit of a mindfuck, because it's like, well, what do you mean? There. It's like, well, what do you mean? It's only there until you don't want it being there, huh? And to those people, let me just say, it's very easy to allow doubt to consume. Because that's what doubt wants. It wants to consume you. And if you give it the power to, it will. And basically what I was trying to explain the other day was that when you're in that early stage, it's very easy for doubt to consume. Because you're so young and so fragile that when you feel emotions, you feel them to a very big extent. And you don't know what to do with them. Like, I've started working on telepathic communications with Bubby, and he showed me some pretty big emotions that he's felt in his life, and he didn't know how to process them, and I was able to help him process those to an extent. And let him know that he's safe and he's okay and all that good stuff. But unfortunately there are animals out there that are still getting hurt, because there are humans out there that simply do not care. Nate's friend says hi. I said, hey, friend of Brit man. Oh, that was a chicken. I thought it was like a baby zombie walking over. I was like, that's too casual. What are you doing? Okay, I thought that zombie had a bow, and I was like, there's no fucking way. There's simply no fucking way. A zombie having a bow? It's too OP. Simply put, no fucking way. Throw the cobble in there. Oh, I've fallen. I don't like falling. Not particularly a fan of heights either. I take that back actually. Heights are okay. It just depends on if it's structurally sound heights. If anyone was here for the 25-minute stream, you would know that I had so many more pickaxes when I first started over here. This is gonna be another one of those saves where I'm just like so affluently rich in the beginning of the save, and then I just get poorer and poorer as the streams go on, because I can't be bothered to go in the mines as much as I love to. Like, I've already been to the mines. Why should I have to go again? Nah, I like going to the mines and caving. I think it's just, since the whole cave update, my caving experience has been very different. And I'm still debating whether or not I like that. Because on one hand, it's nice to be able to not be as claustrophobic, but on the other hand, I used to strip mine very much in a grid, and then what I would do was I would, like, break the blocks in between the grid after a while, if I got the grid to be big enough. And so, I would just make these giant hollow spaces underground and have an insane amount of stone, cobblestone specifically, but still an insane amount. And I remember on this one server, it was my night fan server. It got me in trouble because I would just chuck my fucking rocks through my nether portal like it was the trash bin. And these people who were also on the server hated me for that because they would go through their nether portal. And their base was like close to mine. We were basically neighbors. And they would go through their nether portal, they would see the fucking stockpile of rocks that I would throw through. And they'd be like, who the fuck keeps throwing rocks through the nether portal? Because it would fill their inventories. And they'd get so pissed. And then, they had me come clean it up one time because I finally admitted, like, oh shit, that I think you're pissed off at me. Because I do that. They're like, AFG, come over here and pick up your shit. Yeah, they were not happy. Needless to say, Nate's wondering what I'm doing. I told him I'm terraforming on a different save. He said, oh god. Nah, the thing is, I enjoy terraforming. It's very relaxing. You know, it gives something to just kind of like, not necessarily mindlessly do, but mindlessly do while chatting on stream. You know, because it's like, it gives you a way to just kind of exist. And, going to have that be cool here. Almost a stack of coal, dang. I've got a fortune pick at home. Which, for obvious reasons, I decided not to bring here because that would take up more inventory space. Nate do be messaging in the DMs asking questions. It'd be nice if Discord showed me. Because Discord for some reason has this weird glitch where it doesn't show me when I'm getting a notification. And I got Howie on Discord and it doesn't show her any notifications either. So we don't know if it's just our devices or if it's like a genuine problem on Discord's part. Either way would be nice to know. Boop, 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 boop. I'm getting so close to filling this chest with just cobble. If this were on Xbox, that would be an achievement. I would be getting the cobble skin that Nate has on Bedrock. But this isn't Bedrock Edition, this is Java, unfortunately. I am going to run out of pickaxes this stream. Which is kind of upsetting, but at the same time I'm glad because I crafted these pickaxes so long ago that they might as well go. One thing I've started doing is I've started taking Bubby on walks since my trip with Aya. And he seems happy about it. So I don't think I'll stop anytime soon. Because, you know, I was talking about how it gets me more active. And that's something that I would like to be more of rather than just kind of just going straight to streaming first thing in the morning. You know, it gives me a bit more to do with my day. Gives me a little bit more to talk about, but not too much happened on our walk this morning. We saw one of our neighbors leave his house, and you know the whole saying dogs are racist? Yeah, that kind of happened. He didn't go after the guy, thankfully, but you know, Bubby comes from the south, so it's like, Bubby, your southerners showing through. But nah, he didn't bark at the guy, he didn't attack the guy. The guy was just leaving for work or something. That was pretty much it. He took a dump outside our neighbor's yard that's like on the other side of our block. So I just picked it up, because that's what you're supposed to do when your doggo goes doo-doo. So, yeah, other than that, there wasn't anything terribly eventful that happened. We did go the opposite way than we have been going the past couple days, though. So that kind of threw him off, but it also gave him the ability to piss longer at locations he couldn't piss longer for the past couple days. So kind of like, you know, because doggos, they like to establish their border of operations, basically. So giving him the ability to do that lets him establish, like, this is my area. You know? They like having that established. So that other doggos kind of know, like, this is where so-and-so lives. Gotta be careful about that. I think, there was this one fandom I tried to get into called The Adventure Zone, but there's so many episodes at this point that I'm kind of scared to revisit it. And I know that there's that one meme that is taken of one of the brothers' pictures, where he's like, I don't know what happened, so, and at this point I'm too scared to ask. That's me, but at the Adventure Zone fandom, because it's like, I'd be really interested in finding out the story, but I'm so late to the game that I don't even really fully know where to start. Like, I don't know if they've done prequel content that I should listen to first, or if it's just kind of like, you'll listen to it in the order that it came out in. I genuinely don't know. So if anyone out there listening to this is the Adventure Zone fandom, please let me know. I would like to join your fandom, please. I don't think it's too much to ask for. Another fandom I've been kind of interested in is, I see a lot of content about it on Tumblr. The Miraculous Ladybug fandom. I've like only really seen like 1 or 2 episodes all the way through. But the premise of the show seems pretty interesting. I don't understand a whole lot of it,